just going to repeat it. I'm not going to repeat it every time. All of the segments of the figure intersect at right angles. The lengths are shown in centimeters. Now, I'm going to enlarge this a little bit, and if you're at the back of the room, you may need to stand up so that you can see it better. But the student got 38. The correct answer for this is 60. And you can see the student has added all of these numbers and got 38. What did they do wrong? Correct answer 60. Anybody know? The question says find the area of the figure. They did the perimeter. Okay, so two things could have happened. They could have said, they could have been in a hurry and they didn't really pay attention to the directions, or they could have just got them mixed up. And you just need to clarify, they did it correctly. They answered, if it had been find the perimeter, they would have had the correct answer. So they can work perimeter. You just need to clarify to them that this was area, and you needed to do that. The correct answer is 60. Student B, same exact question. This student got 72. So I'll give you a second to look over it. So the student, I think they had a good strategy going. The correct answer is 60. They got 72. They took this section, they took the figure, the diagram, and divided it into three sections. So this section is 3 times 8 is 24. This section is 3 times 7 gives us 21. What did they do wrong here? They did 9 times 3, and they did the dotted lines, but they didn't take into account that they should have been measuring the dotted line instead of using the number 9. Okay? So how could you reteach that? Be thinking. Student C. Now this one's a little more involved. They got 69. I'm going to try to zoom in a little more. Remember that correct answer is 60. Did they have a good strategy? Yeah, not a bad strategy. They divided this into 5 sections instead of 3, like the previous student. 3 times 3 is 9. And here, though, for this section, they used 8. What should they have used? 5. And in this section, they did 3 times 3 would then be 5. And then for this section, 2 times 3 is 6. This section, they said 3 times 7, which would be this whole length. So they got 69. They had a good strategy. They just made some mistakes. Then student D, they got 63. So what's going on with this student? They're close. Correct answer 60. What was their strategy? They decided to make the whole diagram a big rectangle. And then they were going to subtract this dotted line section and not take that section into account. And they forgot to do that. Okay? Because they did 9 times 8, and then they did 3 times 3, and they had an error here. Okay. fascinates me that we've got a problem and 5 students are working it different ways. Totally different ways. Now, you know, if they had really followed through, most of them would have got the correct answer. They just made some mistakes. Their strategy wasn't bad. So let's look at this one. This one's a little different. They got 360. So what did they do? And this is hard to see, so I'm just going to read it to you. In parentheses here, they've got 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 9. So there's 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 9. So they took all of the widths and added them together in parentheses. Same thing with the lengths. They did 3 plus 2 plus 7 plus 8. And they added those together and then they multiplied. What's wrong with that strategy? Why wouldn't that work? They got 360. What's the square root of 36? And the correct answer is 60. But the student added all the lengths and all the widths before multiplying. Okay, so now this is a similar situation to what you're going to be doing in groups. You're going to look at a similar problem. This one is dealing with fractions, and you're going, which a lot of people have trouble with, and you're going to look at the work of 5 different students, and you're going to determine why the student missed the problem. Okay? You're going to have a copy that's a classroom set that looks like this, and it's on blue paper. Can't really see that too well. And this copy has extensive information. So don't forget to look at the blue copy. Down here it says for the rubric, the students can earn these points. So this would be how this was graded on the benchmark. Notice there's a box that they need to write their answer in. In benchmark testing, they always wanted the student to be sure to put the answer in the box, and if it was some of y'all may remember this, and if the student got outside of the lines, they counted out points. So they really wanted the answer for open responses and things like that to be inside of that box. So that's important. This blue copy is a classroom set. You're also going to have a white copy that's yours to keep and to write on.